do people alas say thank you?
Usually when there's a shift in the energy, like when someone gives you a hand with something or just shows up for you when it matters. Sometimes it's just a habit, but the real ones happen when you actually feel the gratitude.
What is origin of
A
the
state.
pressure? Thank you.
Wait, were you asking about the origin of pressure or just thanking me?
Oh, okay. What does the word uh, gratitude means?
Taking something for granted usually means you're just so used to having it that you stop noticing it. It's like when you have a roof over your head and you don't even think about it until it leaks. It's a blind spot we all have. Does that make sense?
Why do why do
I do what?
kind why do kind why do kind word matter?
I think kindness matters because it's the only thing that actually sticks. It's the difference between just existing in a room with people and actually feeling like you belong there. Plus,
Uh,
it's kind of contagious. Have
how
you
does
noticed that when
saying
someone's actually,
how does saying thank you make other feel?
it usually makes them feel seen. It's like a little confirmation that their effort actually mattered and wasn't just expected. It turns a transaction into a real connection.
Okay, what their simple way of show graduation?
I'm guessing you mean gratitude? Sometimes just a handwritten note or a quick text can do it. Um, but honestly, just looking someone in the eye and telling them you appreciate them is the most direct way. That can feel a bit daunting. It's a lot of vulnerability to put out there. What's the part that feels the hardest?
Why should children learn graduation early?
I'm assuming you mean gratitude again because it keeps them from, becoming the kind of adult who just expects everything to happen for them. It teaches them that they're part of a bigger picture and that other people's efforts have value. It's
What
a lot
is
to take in,
different?
for sure.
What is different between thank you and graduate?
I think you mean gratitude, right? Thank you is the phrase we use, but gratitude is the actual feeling inside. One is the action, the other is the emotion.
Uh, uh, why do some people forget to say thank you?
I think it's usually just noise. Life gets loud, and some people just get caught up in their own head. They aren't always being rude. Sometimes they're just operating on autopilot. Do you feel like people forget it more often these days?
How can school teach graduate?
I'm assuming you mean gratitude again. Schools could start by just normalizing the act of recognizing others, like having a shout out board where kids can acknowledge things their classmates did for them. It's about making it a habit rather than a lesson.
Uh, can
Are you
graduates
still there?
improve relationship?
I'm guessing you mean gratitude in relationships?
Yeah.
It's like the glue that holds people together. When you feel appreciated, you're more likely to want to put in the effort to keep that connection strong.
Can graduate make us hyper?
Wait, do you mean gratitude? If you mean gratitude, I don't think it makes you hyper, but it definitely gives you a natural energy boost. It's kind of like a mood lift that makes you feel lighter and more optimistic.
Due to a different culture expression? Thank you.
Oh, for sure. In some places, a direct thank you is almost too formal, and people show it more through actions or just a shared look. It's all about what's considered polite in that specific circle.
How can graduate redact straight?
I'm going to guess you're talking about how gratitude affects our state of mind again. It's basically like a mental reset. When you shift your focus from what's missing to what's actually there, it changes how you feel physically and emotionally. You go from feeling drained to feeling a bit more full.
What
Does that
are
sound like what
graduate?
you were asking? I think you're still thinking of gratitude, right? It's that feeling of being truly thankful for something or someone in your life. It's like the internal thank you that happens before you actually say the words.
Why do teachers deserve graduate?
Because they're usually doing way more than just following a lesson plan. They're often the ones spotting the potential in a student that the student doesn't even see in themselves yet. Plus, the amount of patience it takes to manage a room full of kids is honestly impressive. Do you have a teacher who really made a difference for you?
How can you thank our parents?
There's so many ways, and honestly, the smallest things usually land the hardest. Just taking a few minutes to really listen to them or helping out with something before they even have to ask says a lot. It's more about the consistency than the grand gesture. Do you find it easier to show it through actions or words?
Why is say thank you respectful?
Because it shows you recognize the other person's value. When you say thank you, you're basically saying, I see what you did and it matters to me. That kind of recognition is a huge part of respect.
How can social media separate positive throughout graduate?
I'm guessing you're asking if social media spreads positivity through gratitude. It can, like when people share things they're thankful for and it starts a chain reaction. But it can also be a double edged sword because sometimes it feels more like a performance than a real feeling. Do you think it's mostly helpful or just for show?
Why is graduate important in Islam?
In Islam, gratitude or shukr is a huge deal. It's essentially a way of staying connected to the creator by acknowledging that every good thing in your life is a gift. There's that idea that if you're grateful for what you have, you'll be given more. It turns every moment into a form of worship just by recognizing the blessing.
What are example of graduate in daily life?
Assuming you mean gratitude again, it could be as simple as appreciating a great cup of coffee in the morning or noticing how nice the weather is. Even just being glad that you have a reliable friend you can text when you're stressed. Mostly about finding those tiny positive anchors in the middle of a normal day. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt for the good stuff. Do you usually notice those small things or do they tend to fly under your radar?
How can graduate improve teamwork?
I'm guess I'm guessing you're asking how to improve your own sense of gratitude. One way is just starting a tiny habit, like naming one specific thing you're glad happened today right before you go to sleep. It stops your brain from only focusing on what went wrong.